Hey, thanks for having me come on to speak about outside veer from the Flexbone. It's a play that we've ran for multiple sets over the years, from split back veer, I formation. We were a shotgun option team for about 15 years, and it's always been a staple. It's kind of always been our get out of jail free card. As I said, we were a split back veer team from 2002 to 2006 at Jacksonville High School. We had a ton of injuries that year, and we had one really good back. So we went to the Flexbone really in week 2 of the season. And back in those days, there weren't online clinics. The internet was not full of information that you can have access to. So just from watching film and stuff like that, our play from the wings were horrible. But what we're able to do is, to the tight end side, we featured outside veer and belly, and it took us a little bit to get to where we felt comfortable from the I formation fullback spot to be able to run outside veer, because it's not the same play as it is from the split back veer. After that year, our running back led the conference in rushing, but we went to gun, air raid, two back stuff that we continued to run triple option from the gun, and this was still a huge play for us. In our league, we've had 15 state champions and 2 other title game appearances in my 24 years at Jacksonville High School. So we've always had to be a little bit different. And that was part of the reason why we went to the gun in 2007. Well, right now in our league, everybody's in gun. So we made the decision that we needed to zig back to being an under center option team, and had gone down to the Harding Clinic. 3 days later, the world shut down because of COVID. So we lost the fall season. We had to play in the spring. So it was a situation where we couldn't change anything. So we stayed in the gun, continuing to run option. And after that year, that fall, we made the decision to stay with what we've learned from Harding. Coach Wheaton and Coach Chisholm from Harding have been tremendous people to help us on this journey to be back to an under center Flexbone team, and continued to do some research. Saw the Curtises from Warsaw talk at the Glacier about their 2 and 3 man veer, which was very, very similar to how we decided that we needed to be able to run outside veer. They had some real definite rules that we were able to take, but we continued to maintain our under center outside veer mesh. Again, it's not the same play as it is from split back veer, but it's an extremely productive play for us. First way we learned this when we went to Flexbone was where our wing always lined up on the offensive tackle's outside heel, no matter if there's a tight end or not. So it's kind of a nasty wing situation. And this look right here. So what happens is your wing, who is really in the C gap here, he has to make the determining factor. Can I get underneath this defensive end, or do I scrape paint around the defensive end to get to the linebacker? And you'll see on some of the clips here, it gets to the point where it can be a little bit difficult. This first one right here, we're coming down to the bottom of the screen. We get a traditional box end where he runs upfield. Get a decent crease right there. It's about a 4.5, 5-yard gain. Okay, a 3-3 team. Okay, the second play here. Okay, one of the things that you kind of have to figure out. Okay, actually, it's the next play here. Get a good box end, good crease, hug the down blocks, break to the outside. Okay. Many times, whenever you're an unbalanced team, we run tackle over. We don't run tight end unbalanced. We run tackle over unbalanced. And a lot of times in this set out of the Flexbone, you'll see that there's not a dive read here. This guy is a B/C gap player. We read the first guy head up to outside the end man. That's a second level player. So really what you've got to determine based off your personnel and your coach and your kids, if there's no read key for the dive read, are you going to give the ball to your fullback, or are you going to have your quarterback pull it and try to get 2-on-1? In this situation, we were giving the ball to an all-state kid. Second level guys run upfield. They can't see the crease. He hugs the down blocks. Successful play. Okay, again here. This is the first game that we were in the Flexbone two years ago. Again, if you look up top here, there is not a dive read player. So this quarterback right here, who's at Indiana State, if there wasn't a dive read, he wanted the ball in his hands on the perimeter, and we did as well. So as the play runs, he'll get to the mesh. He'll pull it. Okay, now right here, he'll make that L cut plant and get north and south. For us, that's kind of textbook of what we want that play to look like. But there are times that they're going to miss the play. What do we teach the quarterback to do? If he misses the read, we tell him to plant his foot and duck up and try to get as many yards as you can. In this situation here, it's definitely a box read guy. This ball pre-snap should have been given. Okay, he misses it, plants his foot in the ground, ducks back underneath, and he's an athlete and is able to get some positive yards. If our offensive line continues down the field, probably would have been a little bit better. Okay, unbalanced. Okay, our wide receiver is supposed to block the first safety inside. This safety walks down at the last minute, so he has a good flat approach. Okay, we read it, we pull it. The corner is responsible for pitch. He's in no man's land there. Quarterback plants his foot in the ground, gets north and south, and he was a pretty special athlete. But again, the rules are real simple for the outside guy. He always blocks the play side safety. Your wing is always responsible for the inside backer. First game 2 years ago, again, situation where no dive read. So when he pulls it, he's 2-on-1 on this man. He should have planted his foot in the ground and got north and south, but we had a leverage pitch, and it turned into a successful play for us. I think for double tight teams with two wings, this is an easy option put in that can be a great companion to belly. So if you get an A-gap player and you feel like you can't pull the guard on belly or G scheme, I think that the outside veer is a successful play that you could put in without a ton of mesh work. Again, no dive read, pull it. This is the problem that we had, that we put that other agile bag in our perimeter drill to where he has to duck up and replace, make that L cut, and he strings it out here instead of getting north and south, and it should have been an easy pickup for a first down, but it turned into a 0-yard gain. So that's some of the troubleshooting. What happens a lot of times, especially with this offense, if you're in a team in a conference that throws the ball a lot, you get a lot of DBs and the lighter guys up on the line of scrimmage to come over with your wings, and they don't play a lot of technique, and they just get north and south. And this is a prime situation. This smaller guy is not going to want to get hands-on and deal with a tight end a ton, so it's a give. He walks upfield. People get downfield. Huge gain for us. Okay. Why I like tackle over, okay, is because when you get a 6-eye or a 7 technique, inside shade of that end man, who are we reading? We're reading the first man outside, which is this outside linebacker. So we're going to double team this 6-eye. This wing is supposed to scrape around to the inside backer. Okay, this guy comes up as a quarterback player. It's a give all the way. It turns into really, it's a power football play for us against that 6-eye. Sometimes the tight end that you have isn't strong enough to be able to block that man, okay? But your offensive tackle who's used to down blocking, we like that matchup a little bit better. Here is one of the tags with lead. We felt that we were going to be able to get this man straight up to the backer, based off where the interior guys were aligned. He's going to J step a little bit, just get in his way, and we'll get underneath. Automatic give. Ends up being about an 8-yard play.